What is up, everybody? Josh here again, and today we have a new Icarus video for you. Today we'll be showing you about all the Miasmic tools, what they do, and how to get tons of ores, enough epoxy for a lifetime, and plenty of vegetables. Let's get into it, shall we? So let it be noted that you can only do this method if you are at least to tier 4 and able to unlock the Miasmic and some other things we're going to show you. This is also only on Prometheus, so Miasmic is only available on Prometheus. You cannot have it on Olympus or Styx currently. We're going to talk about the tools so you can get tons of epoxy, tons of ores, all that good stuff. Located in tier 4, you're going to see you can unlock all the Miasmic gear. We're going to show you the Miasmic axe, the Miasmic pickaxe, and the Miasmic Sledgehammer, as well as the Miasmic Sickle. So you need to unlock all 4 of those. For this process, you also are going to need the organic residue cleaner and have to craft it and place it. It does require composites, so you have to go all the way up to the material processor as well. So you have to have a tier 4 base setup or get up to tier 4. You're also going to need the chemistry bench, and that is so you can distill the Miasmic. And we're going to show you how to get the Miasmic now and how to get Miasma. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to come down to the swamp. Doesn't matter what swamp it is, either this one or this one right here. And what you could do is you could go in here and we're going to kill some animals that give you crystallized Miasmic. You could kill Viscos for it. And this is what you're looking for. You're looking for the crystallized miasma. And if you grab that, that won't actually harm you. If you hold on to that, you can actually hold that without having to put it into like a mount or a tame or something like that. But if you do grab the acidic glands or anything else like infected bark like that, it will give you a debuff. You're carrying miasmic items, which means that you're carrying diseased and infected items, periodically taking poison damage. And if you do have a mount, just kind of throw it in your mount and they can hold it for you, like so. So that is a Visco. There are other animals that drop it, like this Ubis. And you'll see the crystallized miasma. And also the needler. It also gives you miasma. And there it is. It doesn't cost too much per tool, but you do need to get you some crystallized miasma to convert it to processed miasma, and we'll show you how to do that. So once you have the crystallized miasma, you're going to go ahead and head to your chemistry bench and throw that in there. In the bottom, you'll see distilled miasmic coating. This is what you're going to need to craft miasmic tools, and we're going to go ahead and just let it process what we've got here. And then we're going to take the distilled miasmic coating and take it to our foundry, which is also something you'll have to unlock. And it is located quite early in the tier 4 tree right here down below electric furnace. And once you're in the foundry here, you can either scroll down to the very bottom and see the miasmic tools and weapons that are available now for you to craft, as well as you can type in MI in the search box and it'll bring up just the miasmic stuff. And the miasmic stuff is as good as titanium usually, and it also gives you 100% chance, for example, on the miasmic axe to give you infected bark, which will show you what that's for. These are all the mats that are required for that. Also, you can make the miasmic pickaxe, highly suggested. If you want to have like a ton of ores, use the miasmic pickaxe. We're going to show you how to farm with miasmic pickaxe and how to do everything with the miasmic tools themselves. You get a 100% chance of Noxious Crust. There are a few things that don't give Noxious Crust, which is like stone and salt, but all the ores do, and 1 Noxious Crust can be cleaned into 5 ores. So we're going to show you how to maximize your ore potential with the miasmic pickaxe as well. You got the miasmic sledgehammer, and it gives Noxious Crust as well. So if you're farming obsidian or anything like that, you can get Noxious Crust for obsidian. And we have the miasmic sickle also, and that gives you the thorn modifier on your plants, and you also get thorned plants and thorned seeds. It will show you that as well. All these do require distilled miasmic coating, titanium, refined wood, epoxy, steel screws, and carbon fiber to make. You can make the weapons as well. The weapons aren't too bad. They actually do quite a bit of physical resistance reduction whenever you attack stuff. So we have all the tools down here, and we're going to show you what each one of them does and how you can use them to your advantage on Prometheus. So first up is the Miasmic Axe, and it's going to give you infected bark, and this is going to get you the ability to pretty much print epoxy. Now, I'm not even just kidding when I say so. If you look while we're gathering this, we're getting infected bark from this tree. Oh gosh, that's an Icarus tree for you. Okay, we're just gonna leave that one alone. Let's try another one. Notice that we're taking some damage. That's because we have miasmic items in our inventory, and that is the infected bark. So the infected bark is going to be awesome for you to get epoxy, and we'll show you how. So we have a buffalo here with a cart, and usually I keep a horse and a buffalo just for doing miasmic things. We're going to put the infected bark into the buffalo's inventory here in the cart, and this is going to keep anything from taking damage, including myself. The buffalo will be just fine, and so will I, so we won't actually take damage. So this is the way you could keep from taking damage from any miasmic things you get during this guide video. And usually the Tyrannus will sit there and do a basic trot, and it's about as fast as you need for the buffalo to follow you. So it's pretty easy to carry the buffalo around like this. So we're going to take this infected bark home and show you how to get epoxy with it. We're going to go ahead and take all this infected bark off of here, and we're pretty close to our cleaners, and throw it into our organic residue cleaner. And what you're going to do is you're going to get 5 epoxy per infected bark. And this is basically going to sit there and print you epoxy. And that was 1 to 2 trees that we got, and that's how much infected bark. Right now it is kind of absurd. It may be nerfed in the future, we'll see. But the epoxy is absolutely ridiculous when you clean the infected bark. So you'll have tons of epoxy, just like in this box right here, where we have a full inventory of epoxy. We'll never need epoxy again, really. Or we will, if you make a lot of glass or a lot of electronics. So that is the miasmic axe and what it does. Let's move on to the pickaxe. And the miasmic pickaxe will give you noxious crust whenever you go to farm something. And that is like sulfur, oxide, silica, any of the voxels. When you go to farm the voxels, they will give you noxious crust. Like so. And that noxious crust, it is miasmic, so we will start taking damage from having it. But you take this noxious crust, just like the infected bark, and you're going to clean it, and you're going to get 5 sulfur per crust. So this crust is quite valuable. You also do get sulfur as well, or whatever mat you're farming. And we're just going to take this crust and put it back on our buffalo here. We're going to go up to a cave and show you that it farms ores too. Not quite sure how that's happening, but okay. Will it work? Right, Buffalo? Also, this method combined with one of these bad boys, the Thumper, you can respawn caves. I'm going to show you how you mine out caves with the miasmic pickaxe. Usually I keep me a little lantern. I do like the fat lantern. It's probably one of my favorites. Usually what I'll do is I'll just bring my horse or whatever I have into the cave here. Grab my miasmic pickaxe out. And have my buffalo unfollow, and it will follow me around whenever I'm farming inside the cave. And we'll just sit here and grab all the ores. We kind of need most of the ores back at base. Grab whatever you need, of course. If you need a bunch of iron, grab you a bunch of iron. Or copper. Or gold even. It does work on all ores. All ores become miasmic. This includes copper. And we have a little bit of miasmic on us. We're going to go ahead and just throw that onto the buffalo and move on. You can also bring you some of these little health tonics, these health enhancement tonics. They will heal your HP and give you 300% health regeneration as well. And you can also have the Biomore backpack that's new. You can have that as well. I don't have it currently because I'm using this one for the slots. I'm also using some patcher modules with the Holer backpack or Enviro suit to give me a ton of inventory space to bring a ton of ore back. And as you can see right here, we're getting some noxious crust that's titanium. And this also goes for the miasmic sledgehammer as well. It gives the noxious crust as well, and it will give you whatever you're gathering as noxious crust. Got some obsidian here. We got Noxious Crust automatically in our inventory, and then we have to pick up the obsidian. And now you can see we have the obsidian Noxious Crust. So you could do it for clay, scoria, whatever you want. And once you got a decent haul of Noxious Crust, we have a decent haul of ores and Noxious Crust here just from the Miasmic Pickaxe. And we're going to take it home and show you how to clean it just like the infected bark. Alrighty, and we're back at the base here. We're going to show you there's 5,000 different Noxious Crusts in here, and there are a different crust per ore type. So you see iron, gold, all kinds of titanium, bauxite, which is actually just aluminum, and copper, and etc. Sulfur, platinum. So what we're going to do is we're going to control shift left click, and that pulls out all of an ore type. And I want to show you, once you do that, you need to be kind of close to your extractor because you could start taking some serious damage. And we're just going to go ahead and transfer it into our cleaner here. Throw some gold in there too, and let it do its thing. We'll pull some of the epoxy out from earlier. Not quite sure what we're going to do with that. Here we go. Let's pull out this aluminum. So we pulled out some aluminum. We're going to put that in there. Bauxite. And that's going to make some aluminum ore for us. And you just got to give it time to process the ores. And you'll see that every single Noxious Crust will become 5 ore, or whatever it is that the Noxious Crust was for. And over here we got a stack of copper already. So that's how you do the Noxious Crust and how you farm it and how you maximize your ore potential. You can get tons and tons of ores this way, trust me. Also, if you're interested to see what becomes Noxious Crust, you can go into the cleaner's inventory and look and see. It's all the ores. Looks like the exotics become as well. The red exotics. Acidic glands that you get from animals when you kill them. If you throw them in there, it becomes animal fat. Obsidian, clay, and scoria. Raw exotic and exotics as well. So what that means is when you go out and you find an exotic in a cave, you can farm it with the Miasmic Pickaxe and you'll get this. And this is exotic Noxious Crust. So that means when you throw that in there, it's going to make 5 exotics per 1 Noxious Crust. So when you get the Miasmic, make sure you always farm your exotics in caves like the exotic nodes. And that 15 crusts just become 75 exotics. So whenever you farm 1 exotic node in the world, you get that 15 crusts from farming it. You also get some exotics from farming it. And then you can also get 75 from just the crust. So definitely farm the exotics you find in the open worlds and missions and whatnot with the Miasmic if you can. And finally, we're going to show you the Miasmic Sickle. And the Miasmic Sickle will give you a 100% chance to get plants with the Thorns modifier, and it also gives you Thorns seed. And when you gather it, you'll see we get potato seeds and potatoes for these potatoes here. Quite a few, actually. It's not a bad sickle as well. It actually gets as much, it seems like, as the titanium when I did my testing. And you'll get plants that are thorned, and they're plus 50% time before spoiling. So they won't spoil as fast as regular potatoes, as you can see here. This one has 2,000 seconds before spoil. This one only has 1,600. And you also get what looks like thorn seeds. And you can also get tons of seed whenever you're using it as well. You get, see, we got 4 seeds on that one. 2 were thorned and 2 were just regular. We're also getting 2 types of strawberries here, thorned and regular. So we're getting kind of like double crops here. It's a ton of crops with a Miasmic Sickle, it seems like. And you get tons of seeds too. And it goes for any kind of plant that you can pick up. You'll see you'll get fiber and seeds from this. Tons of fiber, which is great for this map, especially if you're in this biome. And we just got a bunch of thorned fiber and regular fiber at the same time. And also thorn seeds and regular seeds. So it works with anything that you can pretty much pick up with the sickle. Here's some carrots. We got thorned carrots and regular carrots. And regular seeds and thorn seeds. So, I mean, it's really going to help you out with your farming. So you can use the Miasmic Sickle. And that's it for this video. Don't forget, if you have any questions or comments, please comment down below. Let us know. We always answer our comments. Subscribe to the channel will get you Icarus guide videos just like this and weekly update videos whenever those come out as well. Consider watching one of the videos coming up now, and if there are any changes to this, we will put it in the description down below. Please look for that, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Peace.